Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? This is a global transmission. Hayek will be live in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enjoy the show.
Good morning, good evening, and good night to all citizens of the globe. Directly from the Mark System Studio in Brasilia, Brazil, we welcome you to the graduation ceremony of Hayek Global MBA, the Masters of Business Administration program administered by Hayek Global College in partnership with Uniceplac. This is the first graduating class of the MBA's history. Ceremony, we invite you to please welcome the faculty responsible for the instruction of this class, beginning with the ones who are with us in person. From Brasilia, Brazil, the founding professor, Otto Morato. From Brasilia, Brazil, the founding professor, Igor Agati. From Folkeingen, Germany, the founding professor and dean, Hannah Hammer. And from Brasilia, Brazil, the founding professor and CEO, Edson Agati. And now, the professors who are online. From Marseille, France, the founding professor, Jean-Baptiste Jussot. From Arizona, United States, the founding professor, Burke Files. From Mexico City, Mexico, the professor, Matthew Whitehouse. From Beirut, Lebanon, the professor Mike Massoud. From São Paulo, Brazil, the professor Marco Poli. From Vevey, Switzerland, the professor Niccolo Fanelli. And from Mexico City, Mexico, the professor Luis Osorio. Please give them all a round of applause. And now we're going to welcome the stars of the show, the graduating students of the first class of the Hayek Global MBA. Beginning with the ones who are with us in person, from Goiânia, Brazil, David Maicon. From Brasilia, Brazil, Felipe Pessoa. And now the ones who are with us online. Please welcome from Guarapari, Brazil, Áurea Marcelin. From Châtenay-Malabry, France, Elena Skalovskaya. From Dubai, United Arab Emirates, Gabriela Bestiano. From Guatemala City, Guatemala, Hector Orellana. From Yambu, South Sudan, John Mustafa. From Bucharest, Romania, Monica Somandroiu. From Santa Maria, Cape Verde, Patricia Mesquita. From São Paulo, Brazil, Pedro Mutsigi. And from Haritzhoci, Slovakia, Petra Skapova. Excuse me. We would like to welcome you all, and please give them a round of applause. Let us now watch a video from the professors.
Hey guys, so I just found this really big Excel sheets on the internet. I wanted to check out the data, so would you guys help me out to analyze this data? I mean, I can send it through Google Drive. It's quite big, it's like 30 gigs, but I know you guys can work it out now, so I'll send it over, all right? I remember one class where the students, they had a lot of difficulty, and after the class they were asking me to explain better and try a different way to do it. With the student feedback, I was able to improve the class on the next day. It was quite a challenge as a teacher, and I was sharing a bit of the challenge with the students as well. They did exceptionally well. I was quite surprised. It was my first time giving the class, but they did exceptionally well. I even thought about making the class more difficult next semester. I wish that everyone, all of you guys, can have great success in life. Not only professionally, but personally as well. Especially data analysis. Well, that one's more professional, but I'm hoping that you can take lessons from Hayek and make your life better. I know you've probably had nightmares with mathematical and statistical modeling, you know, doing the Gauss curve, the bell curve, all the distribution. Well, I just want you guys to remember, mathematics and statistics, they're your friends. If you've done well in my class, you'll do well in your professional life. Use it, abuse it, and you'll do really well. I mean, have fun in life, have fun at work, and enjoy.
Well, congratulations, you made it. The joy for me as a professor, as a teacher, is to see the lights go on, to see you struggle with a problem and figure it out. You can figure it out together a lot better than you can figure it out yourself. That's just the beginning. What your master's proves to the world is that you can learn, and that you're at a higher level of learning and experiences than your other brothers and sisters out there. Remember though, that the MBA is not the end of learning, but it's kind of the beginning of your lifelong learning. Going through the due diligence scenarios, everything led up to those due diligence scenarios. Communication, understanding biases, understanding heuristics, understanding all the way people can miscommunicate. And then you see the students struggle, and then the light goes on as they attack the scenarios. That is so much fun for me. Moodle is the platform on which we're supposed to interact with the students. Well, I put up some quizzes for the students, and there were 10 questions on each quiz. Some of them got all 16 right. I don't know how they got it 16 out of 10 correct. Very frustrating. While you graduated and you're now out into the world, come back, drop in on a class, say hello. If you have a problem, ask us. It's part of the theory behind Hayek. Yeah, I mean, what the classic one is, the new graduates walk out and they walk past the professor, These are fish, by the way. I'm screwing up the story. These fish graduate from school. And as they swim out of the school, they go by the professor fish. The professor fish goes, "How's the water?" And the students swim a little further and go, "What's water?" That was fun.
Hello, everyone. I'm very proud to be with you at the first cohort of the MBA program that we are graduating in 2022. I'm very proud of the community that you have been built, both culturally and professionally speaking. I really love to be teaching with you guys, to be with you in the classroom, because I think that each of you contributed to a very culturally diverse classroom, professionally speaking, culturally speaking. I learned a lot about your backgrounds. It was so impressive to me to learn in the same classroom about how you would do people management, for instance, in South Sudan, in Dubai. I remember one day that we were talking about mental health. I learned specifically with the discussion about mental health in different cultural environments, Africa and Europe, for instance, that mental health can be addressed very differently in different countries. In different countries, you have very different ways of managing people, and you should be aware of cultural differences and backgrounds, and that you cannot apply the German way of handling people to a South African environment, for instance. I wish that you guys can take the Hayek Global College spirit with you anywhere you go, to your businesses, to your colleagues, to maybe your partners where you want to create businesses with.
I'm glad that all students were able to make it to the end. I know it's been very challenging for them in the end because they were all working somewhere else. I'm happy that in the end the course, as I taught it, according to the Hayek way, was something very friendly and informal, also allowing everyone to express their feelings. So it was always friendly as an environment without blocking people. So all the classes were very interactive. That's why I think people could make friends also in class. I like that each student was different in interpreting things. I mean, each one came from different places all around the world. So sometimes they gave examples which were totally different also from my background, and I'm the professor, so you expect the professor to know everything. It's never like that. So the professor knows a bit, but he tries to make classes interesting. That's the role of the professor. I wish them to be always satisfied to make the most of this certification, which will surely help them for work. Remembering that work is not the only thing that's in life. So sometimes people are putting a lot of effort into the job, and so sometimes maybe they might be let down. So always remember that the job is not everything, but this will surely help. The best wish is that that the students are happy in what they do from now, and that they do not regret this experience, because all experiences count into making who you are tomorrow, and you have to be happy of who you are.
I'm so glad that you guys came to the end, a happy end, by the way. Pedro was presenting his company together with John, and once Pedro finished, he, out of the blue, he just started saying, "Professor, thank you so much. I thought about give up many times in this program. There's so many things going on in my life, different cities, different tasks, different challenges. And I thought, no, I'm not gonna do this here. I'm gonna quit Hayek, and I'll graduate next semester. And Pedro said, but you said, no, just keep going, just keep pushing. You can make it. And you did. You touch everybody's heart because deep inside, everyone had the same problem that you had. And then came Monica and Felipe and Petra and Elena and everyone just came, Gabriela. David, I don't know if I forgot someone. I'm really sorry, but I believe that everybody said something that really touched my heart. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you, to seeing you, and who knows, maybe in another program professionally for leisure. I'm looking forward, by the way, to seeing you in Brazil next February. And I wish you the best. I wish you all the success you deserve, and you have to believe in that.
Hey guys, so why don't we try something new today? I'm gonna get a business plan that you brought to us. That was your idea, and now we're going to exchange your business plan with someone with a completely different industry in a completely different country that has nothing to do with what you're used to, and you're gonna work in that person's project. Let's try that out, right? It was fun. You guys actually excelled and did a great job. Some of you probably hated me for that, at least in the beginning, right? And then after the class was by, you liked getting out of your comfort zone, but jokes aside, it was a great experience to have you guys in the MBA, and I really love to see every one of yours dedication in class and how much you really put in the effort and how much you guys enjoyed going through the program. To be honest, I was very impressed by the level of connections that we were able to create in this program, and it's something that I really didn't expect. We're able to have such deep and meaningful connections with each other and become friends and networking partners and business partners, who knows. Maybe I'll see you becoming co-founders in the future when you ever have an opportunity. And it was just fantastic, and I'm very, very honored, very grateful. And I consider myself very, very lucky to come across each and every one of you. Well, congratulations, you made it this far and you passed the MBA. No more switching around projects so far. Who knows, maybe you come across and decide to have a business partner on the other side of the world, and you're gonna remember me. I can handle that. If I can go through the class in the MBA, I can handle anything like that, right?
So congratulations, guys. I'm very proud of you and very proud to share this moment with you, knowing that you are not Hayek Global College students, but Hayek Global College alumni now. I'm so proud of you, so proud of what you did, so happy of the time we spent together, the discussion we had. I see you growing up. I'm very happy for that. It's a new start of a new race, of something new. And I'm sure you will carry on all the time the fact that you are part of a great community, the Hayek Global College community that we share, which is kind of a common family name for life between us. I hope I will be here in the next happy time of your career, of your life, but this one have to be really enjoyed because you're now graduated student. I really enjoy all our debates together. When I saw the most important thing that I saw during our teaching time is that you are able to teach something each other. I'm proudest of what you teach to yourself between yourselves than of what I taught you. So I was very happy to see one of you having an opinion, asking a question, and someone else in the group answering this question. And it showed that you in every team you have, Hayek Global College classroom, company in your life, and when you have questions, your partner, your neighbor may have the answer. I hope you learn this because I confirmate this from you, and I really enjoy this memory we have together. And we know that we have solutions, one for each other. And that's the best purpose of managerial economics.
Well, hello, project managers and MBA graduates. This is Luis Osorio, your friend, your professor of Operation and Project Management. I'm quite happy. I am celebrating this achievement all together with all you guys. This picture over here is going to be always remembered for me of this generation of talent people, talent students, human beings. Our idea in the university, in our community, in which international culture, diversity, and knowledge is the way to, let's say, to go through the next complex upcoming years. So I am so happy for this first graduation in Hayek College. Me as a member of this community, I am so proud of what the staff of Hayek College have achieved. Congratulations for this achievement. It's yours too, and every one of you who's graduating today, from my heart, here from Morelia, Mexico. You know that I'm gonna be here for you guys 24/7, as you know, as you can, let's say, evidence. And please celebrate this day. Take an intrapersonal picture of the moment of your graduation, as you can remember, as you can achieve your memories of your bachelor degrees or another master degree. These are moments that you will never forget. So have a great day, have an excellent celebration, and we'll be in touch.
Well, I'm very happy to congratulate all of you for finishing this excellent program. I know it has been a great effort. It's not easy to study a master's program and dedicate your time to other activities in your professional life. However, you will see that it's worthwhile. I'm sure you're already very aware of this. Not everybody has this opportunity. So now you have a great responsibility. You have acquired skills, you have acquired knowledge. Now what you do with it is really up to you. Now you have a new responsibility, and you have an opportunity also to serve others, to serve the organizations where you work, and also to serve your country. I know you come from different places around the world, and each country has its own context, but having the skills you have acquired, being able to work as a team, and being able to develop these abilities to analyze different situations put you in a very unique situation. You will be able to participate in a very active way in whatever business you endeavor. And I think that's one of the greatest challenges. Now that you have the knowledge, how do I apply it in the real world? You have had another interesting opportunity. You have interacted with students from all around the world. Usually that doesn't happen in an MBA program. And this also gives you an insight as to how other people think. It gives you an insight to other cultures and how you have to be open-minded to accept different ideas and beliefs. And once you're able to integrate all this into your decision process, you probably will be able to take much better decisions in your life and in your business. Congratulations. I'm sure you will be very successful. And remember that I'd like to mention something that Steve Jobs once said. He says, you have to look for a way to leave a ding in the universe. So what is your ding? What are you going to leave in the universe when you leave? It's really up to you, but you have all the tools to do that.
Make it happen.
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 Now, as I said a little while ago, you have the skills, You have the knowledge, now make it happen.
And we all know that every professor at Hayek is exceptional. And I'm sure the students can testify to that. Nonetheless, the students have voted to honor one of the professors for their exceptional teaching. The professor honored for exceptional teaching was Otto Morato. Professor Otto, please step forward and share your thoughts.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here with you. Dear Professor Edson, the founder of Hayek Global College, dear Professor Hannah, my dear colleague and Dean of the Hayek Global College, dear professors all around the globe, my dearest students, thank you so much. It's an honor to be here today. Actually, it's a great pleasure. I mean, I'm always happy to be with you. I don't know why I'm here. Maybe it's because I was a good professor, but also maybe because I had 2 or 3 chances to be voted. So if I didn't good in one class, maybe I had a second chance and a third chance. So that might be the reason that I'm here. But anyway, I'm so happy for that. Thank you so much. I would like to start with thanks again, Edson. Because if we were here, nothing of this would be possible if you didn't have a dream, if you haven't dreamed it. And you did. And because of your dream, that's the reason that we are here today. And thanks Hannah also, and all Hayek's professor who believed in this dream. And mainly, thank you, all the students who made this dream come true. Nothing of this would be possible if you didn't make it happen. And you did. You did greatly, with joy, with competence. You were incredible. And that's what the first ceremony is about. The celebration of a dream. The realization of this dream. That's why we are here. And that's why this first time it's so special. And I believe that the first word that I would like to emphasize, it's the dream. So let's keep that in mind. When I was first invited to give a talk today, I started thinking how to make this 10 minutes special for you and how to seize this moment and make it unforgettable. And I started thinking and I realized that you are the only ones that I can make this moment unforgettable. So I'm going to talk about you. About your MBA journey, what you did in your MBA journey at Hayek. So I remember first talking to Edson January. He started on January 2021. And 2 months later, myself, Hannah, and Burke, we all 3 together started the 3 classes. And at that time, I was thinking, why Edson, he taught a class by himself without any other person teach on Saturday with him, and then 3 professors on Saturday, and say, no, he's the boss. That's okay. It's going to be tough. But was one of those moments. Okay, he did by himself. Everybody was enjoying. And the first question that I asked is, did you enjoy Edson's class? We love it. And so, wow, he was by himself. I mean, that was an easy one. Just kidding. And they thought, okay, now we have 3 professors. And I remember the very first class, they say, well, we love it, Hannah, and we loved Burke. I said, wow, that's going to be tough. I said, and because, I mean, Hannah, it's so good. And Burke, it's so funny. And he's also very good. Let's consider this. So anyway, it was tough. So that was my first chance. Maybe I didn't do that good on that time, but at the times go on, and that's maybe the reason that I'm here today, because I do it with passion. I love teaching. That's my passion. So Dream is the first word, passion is the second one. So I do love what I do, okay? And trust me, teaching in English, it's 10 times more difficult than my native language, Portuguese, but it's still, it's a passion. And I fall in love with you guys. And I remember back to April 2021, I remember that Elena, Felipe, Monica, Petra, David, John, Gabriela, Hector, you all were there. And then the second class, Aurea, Patricia, and Pedro, you came right after. So to all of you, congratulations. So I wrote here a few words about any one of you. Elena, I'm going to start with you because of your hard work. You are a hard worker. Congratulations. A mission given is a mission accomplished for you. Logical but passionate at the same time. So very, very, very strong. Felipe, our philosopher, always mixing poetry, art, history, law, business. That's why you can't stop talking in the classes. It's so many things, it's so many reading. So congratulations. Petra, sweetheart, and hard worker as well. You also grow a lot over the course, overcoming barriers and personal challenges. I'm so proud of you, and mainly, especially in the last class, and you know why. Let's keep that between us. And Monica, our leader and a hard worker too, always volunteering to do more, to go beyond. You have grown a lot of the course, and I'm so glad to see you that you are much more confident now. Congratulations. David, the thinker. You would say something only when you knew about it, very precisely. Lawyer profile, but a social assistant personality. You love to help others, always open to help and support your colleagues. John, where are you, John? What happened to your connection? So John is the guy that I was always looking forward to seeing him. Mostly quiet, but when you were talking, John, you would bring a perspective that nobody has thought or brought about it. It was always something unique. So for that, congratulations. Gabriela, very pragmatic, hard work as well, very direct, very objective, but always open to listen and learn. Always worried about exceeding your presentations. By the way, Gabriela, I love the design and colors. You use it in every single presentation you did. And designing, it's something that I would like to congratulate all of you. Okay, you really did great. Hector, Guatemala is so lucky to have you as a son, as a citizen. Oh my goodness, hard worker and curious about everything. Always willing to help and support your classmates. For somehow, I had the impression that you and Monica got along very well, academically speaking, okay? But very good in terms of getting together and put it together, any work, any assignment that I would give it to you. Aurea, you are very people-oriented. People always come first for you, very interesting. You kept the group balanced and connected. Any group's relationship is guaranteed with you. Keep it up. Very, very, very good. Patricia, we all learned how hard it is to run a small business in Cabo Verde. Believe me, it seems that you are 100 people in one. You care about everything and about everyone. By the way, caring about everything and about everyone, it's a perfect formula, but hard to perform. Not everybody can make it. Pedro, the logical, analytical, our financial guy, together with Hector. But you surprise us with the most emotional moment in our program. Your sweetie heart side, it's very strong. Use that in your favor always. So I believe you are expecting a few advice, and I cannot let you go without saying something. One piece of advice I would like to give you as you get ready to graduate, make sure you are around when other people need someone to lean on. Be the one that people can count on, the one that people can trust. Trust, it's a conditional and fundamental word in any business or any relationship. So here comes the third word, trust. Simple as that. At this moment, you have the power, the capacity, and the knowledge to do great things for others and for yourself. So I ask you to begin this next phase of your life by giving and performing your best in every single and simple moment in your life. You will find that at the end, you got far more than you ever had, and you did more than you ever dreamed. So as Steve Jobs has said at the graduate ceremony at Stanford, and now, as you graduate to begin anew, I wish you that for you. Stay hungry, stay foolish. And if I may, I would compliment Steve Jobs saying, stay hungry, stay foolish, stay dreaming. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Otto, for your insightful words. I'm sure everyone enjoyed it. Okay, now students, it's your turn. Who are your secret colleagues?
My secret colleague is Gabriela Beccano. I really enjoyed spending the time in the MBA classroom together with her and other colleagues. Every Saturday evening for me, very often late after midnight for her because she was based in Dubai. So I really liked to see her viewpoints that she brought from her international experience, very often from the user's perspective, so her arguments were quite objective and focused. Later on, I had the pleasure to work with her on different projects. So one of them was to deliver a marketing plan for a hotel, and here I really like that she was quite creative and challenging the numbers. Then we launched a small startup together and we built the whole plan for it. We chose the travel industry, which we both like a lot. So I liked her strategies. I really liked that she always had a plan B in case things go wrong. So I could always rely on her. It was really cool to have her as a colleague. So I'm very grateful for all this experience.
My secret colleague is Hector Orellana. It is a privilege to speak about you, Hector, today. Since day one, you gained my respect with your loyalty, with your implication and dedication to our MBA project. You are a highly intelligent and brilliant ideas person. I value how you dedicated your time, being loyal to your teammates, helping some of them when it was needed. It's been an excitement for me to partner with you in our project and get to understand how you think and sense the opportunities of our projects. I hope this MBA program will help you to reach your future goals and be successful in your bigger business plan. It's been a pleasure for me to have you as a colleague and get to know you in the MBA program at Hayek Global College.
My secret colleague is Pedro Mutzig. Pedro, I've known you for a while now, and I think you're a very admirable person. You're a leader. You have incentivized us to push for getting new ideas and taking the initiative. You showed this during the capstone project. I really like what you did. You took over what you had to do and you did more than that. You showed it during the committee where you took the lead and you did all the research and put it all together. You have an admirable way to manage people as well. You can get to their feelings and you're someone to look up to. I really appreciate that. Pedro, you've really shown how to connect with people in this global MBA. You were the one that organized the reunion in your city, which is really exciting to see you. So I will see you there.
My secret colleague is Monica. Monica, since the very first time you asked about my filter on Zoom, I noticed that you are very carefully about your friends. And during this MBA, this first impression confirmed. You were always very proactive. You always wanted to bring the best of your colleagues, always contributing for good debates during our classes, and most especially, you always cared about your peers. So it was a pleasure to share this program with you, and I really want to keep having this special relationship with you throughout our coming years. So thank you very much.
My secret colleague is John Mustafa Kudiote from South Sudan. He's a very hardworking student and an extraordinary colleague, always there to help. I must admit I knew very little about South Sudan when I first started the Hayek program. But thanks to John, now I know a bunch of things, such as it is a country with huge potential and a lot of great people. I worked with John during the MBA and I had the chance to discover a very business-oriented professional. For example, we were a team with Patricia for the Cabo Verde Aromas restaurant, if you guys remember. John's insights and dedication truly impressed me. Though John has been through several difficulties in his life, he has managed to become an exceptional human being. He's an inspiration for me through his work in various NGOs and in the economic development area. He plays an active role in transforming South Sudan into a freer and more prosperous society. He's teaching and training women on their rights to own property and to become even more relevant in their own communities. John is literally making the world a better place.
My secret colleague is called Aurea Muslim from Brazil. She is as humble and kind like a dove. She speaks softly like a typical African queen in her Brazilian accent. She works very hard and smart with a high degree of proficiency and innovation. I am very humbled to have a friend like you who made me a better person and a better citizen of South Sudan.
I'm very happy that my secret colleague is Patricia Mesquita. Patricia, you put so much effort in this MBA, so I'm really inspired by you. In our hike stages, in our group presentations and other activities, I really enjoyed to be with you, so thank you for that. Specific moment that I saw your effort was in our final project in Alina's business, so Youth and Tonic, and I saw that you put so many information and so many tips and so many kinds of to present the project, so many ideas. So that's one of the moments that I saw your huge effort in this MBA. So I'm really proud of you, and I am really lucky to meet you and to have you in my life. You are an example for me in every aspect of life, such as work and studies, pleasures, because especially when we had classes late of the night, you were there and you had such like a million things to do, but you were there. So I saw that you are a very special girl, and I wish you much success. You deserve all the best.
My secret colleague is David Michael. Okay, so David, I think he's one of the best ambassadors that Hayek MBA has. I could even risk to say the best. He speaks about our experience in the MBA in a very inspiring way. Maybe it's because he's the first student of this MBA, so somehow we make history in the Hayek community. He has a very kind eyes, and he's always ready to offer a smile to everybody. So I think he contributed a lot for the good mood and the good ambience of our community, of our classes. It's very interesting that he works with social projects, and his new job that he got after the MBA is helping his community, his state to develop, and he's very passionate when he speaks about it. And I think he's a very calm person. It helped a lot to create the good atmosphere we had.
My secret colleague is Petka. Petka, it's just a pleasure to have this opportunity to meet you. We are so amazed about the incredible person that you are. All your dedication, all the happiness that you have, that it's so contagious and makes us all have joy with you. All the good stories, the jokes, everything that we had with you was just so incredible. And I think everyone of us will not forget about it. So thank you for everything, and I know that you are someone that everyone wants to have on your side. So keep going, keep being this amazing person.
Hi, my secret colleague is Felipe. Felipe is an amazing person, and his professionality is transformed into all activities that he is doing. He inspires me a lot. I really do remember when he came at Hayek Global College for the first time, and he impressed us. Why? It's because of his humor, authenticity, and an unforgettable British accent that he has. Felipe, it was a perfect journey. Thank you very much.
Hello, my secret colleague is Elena Skalovskaya. Elena has been a great friend that I've made during my MBA program at Hayek Global College. And with her, I can easily say I learned two things that I'll take to my whole life. First is responsibility. Elena has been one of the most headstrong, organized, inspiring women I've met, both in the MBA program and out of it. Because she would always be this character with leadership characteristics. She would always be a leader both in our group sessions and during class. She would always question, make herself present by questioning all of our assumptions and forcing us to not only think outside the box, but think in different ways if we were going towards the same objective. And second part is, I would say, bravery. Elena taught me the real meaning of the word bravery. Just to say a little bit about that, during the Ukrainian war that broke out recently, she went back into the country for her family, her loved ones. She would help people to go out to find shelter. During this time, she would still take classes. Despite against all the odds, she would still be present. She would still study. She would still be in class in our groups and delivering her projects. So this was something that I could never imagine a person could hold up to. And definitely, Elena is not only a friend, but a life example to me.
Hector, I improved with you.
Pedro, I improved with you.
Monica, I improved with you.
John, I improved with you.
Aurea, I improved with you.
Patricia, I improved with you.
David, I improved a lot with you.
I have improved with you.
I improved with you.
Elena, I improved with you.
I'm very grateful for all this experience, and let's go out there and own the world.
Let's own the world.
Oh, wow, what an amazing group of people. Everyone, as you can tell, is amazing. But the students have also voted to honor one of them today. So the honor student is Monica Somandroyu. Please, the stage is yours.
So as we heard for 18 months, can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you see my screen? Greetings, everyone, and a huge thank you for everyone involved in making this ceremony possible. It is extremely real. It is extremely authentic. I must start by saying how honored I truly am to be the student spokesperson for the very first ever Hayek Global College MBA graduation ceremony. It is a privilege, and I promise I won't take too much of your time. For those who don't know me, I'm Monica Somandroyu. I'm from Bucharest, Romania, and I have a BA in philosophy. My professional experience so far has taken me to the world of football, human resources, politics, and entrepreneurship. And the Hayek MBA came into my life at the right time, and I couldn't be happier to be part of such an amazing international community. moving on to the beginning of my journey with Hayek, it was November 2020. That's when you know that it started, like many other adventures in the 21st century, with a very simple scroll, a social media scroll. A few days after checking out the Hayek website and signing up for the newsletter, I got a very strange number texting me on WhatsApp asking me about my interest in Hayek and that I should move forward and begin an application for the actual MBA. That strange number was Edson, that we all now know and appreciate. Thank you for that. Though I wasn't very convinced, I did apply for the program. Also, I remember that what should have been like a 15 minutes interview turned into a 45 minutes conversation on famous business people like Marcus Lemonis or the Koch brothers. The rest is history, since today I'm here in front of you with my hat on to talk about how this program has effectively changed my life and the lives of my colleagues. Out of the entire Hayek experience, I'd like to briefly describe 3 elements, abilities or knowledge, as we'd like to call them, that I strongly feel have shaped me and turned me into a better Monica than the one I was back in 2020 before Hayek. The first thing would be a lesson that applies not just in business, but also in our personal lives. People are the most important resource that one has. This resource has to be treasured and taken care of. Regardless of products and processes, no business can ever succeed without the right people in place. Stakeholders, consumers, users, etc. And regarding the human level, no human being can succeed without the others and without the connection with others, be them friends, family, loved ones. It is impossible. Secondly, innovation is the engine that makes the world go round. And this was best explained by Professor Marco Poli during the Why Business class. I would like to extrapolate and say that I think we should perceive innovation as a process that doesn't only apply to businesses or products. On the contrary, I feel it applies to us also in terms of mentality, of paradigms in which we think, we evaluate the world around us. To innovate is to remain agile, flexible, able to understand and to adapt. And probably in my case, this ability of remaining open to ideas, of listening to others, and of looking to improve all the time, letting go of any rigidity and self-imposed limits or comfort zones is the most important takeaway for my present and my future. Because I am now much more at ease when it comes to challenges in my life and when it comes to developing myself by getting out of my comfort zone and stepping into the growth area. Thirdly, right now, compared to 2020, as Professor Otto previously mentioned, we didn't speak before, you should know. I know myself better and I have much more confidence and self-esteem, trust in my abilities and my knowledge in myself, both as a professional and a human being. And this trust or confidence gives me strength that I didn't know I had in me. And courage also, because in a few months, I'll be starting out a new business in a completely new country. But none of these elements would have been possible without the extraordinary community or network created by Edson Agati, the students that were my colleagues and our professors. It is truly international, this community, and multicultural. Our focus would not have been the same without Aurea, whose organizational skills and Excel knowledge impressed us all during Professor Igor's class on data and decision-making. Our business skills would not have been the same without David, whose hamburger business in Goiânia is now famous everywhere, given Professor Edson's management class. Our learning experience would not have been the same without Elena, whose Hofstede countries comparison greatly contributed to Professor Hannah's human resources class. I still have that as a link as a bookmark in my laptop. Our academic experience would not have been the same without Felipe, whose insights truly shed light on Professor Berg's cases. And Felipe is probably the best talker out of us all. I had actually voted for him to give this speech. Our knowledge would not have been the same without Gabriela, whose attention to details, inquiries, and analysis in the air area for Professor Nicolo's financial management class and the aviation industry in general. Our designing experience would not have been the same without Petra, whose smile and candor can light up a room. I think she was the only one who actually made an elegant presentation of the moonshot for Professor Jean-Baptiste managerial economics class. Our financial experience would not have been the same without Hector, whose ability to read and to create balance sheets and financial documents have absolutely saved us during Professor Mike Massoud's accounting class. Also, speaking of famous businesses now, who here doesn't know about Hector's artisanal brewery? Our professional ethics would not have been the same without John, whose determination is an example for us all. Remember the Mulivik ice cream project for Professor Luis's operations and project class? We do, and we now know how much work went into creating a project of such complexity using Jira and all sorts of other new tools for us. Our soft skills development would not have been the same without Patricia, whose personal projects, such as the Aromas fine dining restaurant from Professor Matthews' marketing and sales class, we look forward to see them alive, or the co-working space in the Sal Island. Our interaction would not have been the same without Pedro, whose work on the capstone project under the guidance of Professor Otto made us all remain in awe. Pedro's wholeness as a person made us all cry during one of our last classes, and we're very grateful that that happened. It doesn't matter that the community I just described is an online one, and that we don't have the same time zones, or that we're not in the same geographical or physical space. What matters is that we share the same Hayek Global College values and ideals, that is to bring value to others and to create a freer, more prosperous, and more peaceful world. Our Hayek MBA journey was filled with challenges, hard work, lots of laughing moments, and even tears. But we've made it. We're here today to celebrate this success, the accomplishments of us all, because you all deserve it. My invitation to you today is the Hayek Global College motto: let's own the world. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Monica. And now we would like to welcome our founder, Edson Agati. Please come up and share some words with us.
I love the hat, it keeps falling, but I think it's the same problem with everybody, right? So, Professor Otto had mentioned that Hayek started in January of 2021. But in truth, it was actually in January of 2020 where Hayek Global College began from being a mere idea to becoming an actual project. And this is a story probably some of you know about it, but not all of you do. And I was very fortunate to participate in an event called Antigua Forum in the Universidad Francisco Marroquín. And it was a place where dreamers like me were bringing their projects and getting a bunch of feedback from seasoned entrepreneurs, business people, professors, and people that are coming from all over the world. And it was very tough because I had a lot of hard questions and it was very harsh. But then I suddenly received an easy question from the president of the university called Gabriel Calzada. He came to me and said, "Why are you doing this?" Like, "Oh, that's easy, because I want to make money." And he, with his Spanish accent, is like, "No, wrong answer. You don't ever say that." I'm like, well, it was like in a forum where people were supposed to like free markets and capitalism, and it was okay to have the profit motive, right? But he's like, no, you have to look at the vision. The vision is the first thing. So I realized, well, okay, that makes sense. The great minds think alike. Professor Otto talked about Steve Jobs, and Steve Jobs came to my mind. And also Simon Sinek with the why, start with the why, and like, okay. But I hadn't fully internalized that until that moment, right, when he gave me that conversation. And thank God that happened, because believe me, it was not easy. Starting a new business is not an easy job. And especially in the higher education industry, where the brand plays a very important role, and it's very crowded, the reputation really counts. And if it wasn't for having a strong why, and having really a good purpose on what I was doing from the beginning, I probably wouldn't have attracted so many wonderful people like I did, as you all have seen in the video. And I'll take the opportunity now to thank some of these people, some also that are in the backstages that are not here. And I'll start with the advisory board and just mention the names. Alex Tabarok, Arthur Chait, Bradley Hobbs, Burke Files, Flavia Vera, Jerry Jordan, John Chisholm, Ramon Pareada, Tom Hazlett, and Tom Palmer, the founding professors who helped me out from the beginning. And I'm talking about a time when Hayek was just an idea, and it was me calling everybody, hey, I have this awesome idea, can you please help me out? So Otto was one of them who believed me in my idea, and you know him. Burke Files again, the guy from Arizona out of nowhere, believed in my idea. Jean-Baptiste Ossod, an old friend from Marseille. Igor Agati, my brother, that was probably easier to convince. He's also responsible for the website and other technological platforms that we have. And Hannah Hammer, who became the dean of our program, and I'm very thankful. Others that came along the way include Marcelino Hermida, Paulo Fuchs, Rodrigo Sforzini, and then my interns, André Oliveira, Gabriel Barros, and Gustavo Barbosa, who are on the backstage today. Thank you. And then, of course, my wife, Flavia Agati, and my mom, Sandra Santos, who all gave the support I needed from home and are equally as important. Together, we all agreed that the mission and the values of Hayek, which I'll cite to you guys right now, is to educate ethical and responsible leaders who contribute to a freer, more prosperous, and peaceful world. Leaders who act with integrity, are tolerant, are passionate, critical thinkers, independent, tenacious, and ethical entrepreneurs. We are dreamers for a better world, a more peaceful world, of people who understand that the pursuit of profit is virtuous, as long as it's obtained with honesty, transparency, and through voluntary exchanges. And judging by the amazing students that we have attracted and who are graduating today, we have succeeded. The other day, during the selection process of the student ambassadors, I was in an interview and I had a tough question. This was a tougher question. So she asked me, you're making a new university is a big deal. Why do you think you were the one to do all this? And I was like, wow, I'm supposed to be the interviewer, and this person's like giving me an interview back. So I was kind of stuck. I didn't know what to answer. What's so special about me? Why am I doing this? And it wasn't the first time that I received that type of reaction, too. Back in Antigua Forum, someone had told me, wow, that's a great idea. That's actually the most ambitious idea I've ever seen. And I thought to myself, wow, there's a guy right beside me with a project to build a whole city in Honduras. And it's a real fact, and they're actually building a whole city. What's so special about a university? Why is she saying that it's so ambitious to do a university? And to me, it was not so foreign to start a new university because I come from a family of education entrepreneurs, starting with my grandfather, going with my mother and my aunt. And if you stop to think about it, every private university in the world today at some point had to have some entrepreneur. So what is this about universities that are so different when you think about entrepreneurship? And people have in mind, there's something about it that gives a superpower to universities. And I only fully understood what this was about when I became a professor in the classroom. It's probably the only place in the world where people actually listen to what you're saying. And oftentimes, they believe you're right. You give people assignments, and they actually do it. You don't have you don't have this type of power anywhere else, right? But believe me, having been on the other side of the university hierarchy, professors are just as human as any other student. And in fact, every other person in the world is just as fallible and just as everyone else. Regardless of educational or professional background, race, religion, the country where you come from, we're all the same. No one has superpowers. And that's when I realized that was the answer to the question. Why am I the one to do this? Because I am humble enough to understand that I have no superpowers, but so does no one else. And Daniel Kahneman, Nobel Prize and father of behavioral economics, once said, "I never felt that I was studying the stupidity of mankind in third person. I always felt that I was studying my own mistakes," and that's why I believe he was so good. Because he knew that the mistakes were also his. And I know for a fact, and we should all know for a fact, that doctors, lawyers, or even professors have no superpowers. By consequence, universities also do not have superpowers, and it can be made better. I hope that with my talk today, you got two messages out of this. First, remember that the why, finding the purpose, is the most important thing for everything you're doing. And second, understand that people are just people. And if you're humble, you understand that you have just as much superpower as anyone else in the world, no matter how successful they are. And to finish my speech, I promise you that I did not consult Professor Otto back then, but I think that two great minds think alike, right? I'm putting myself on the same level of Otto, but he deserves a lot more, of course. And I'm going to quote the commencement speech of Steve Jobs of Stanford, which I believe was the greatest commencement speech ever. And Steve Jobs probably wouldn't have a problem with it because he also has a quote that says that good artists copy and great artists steal, right? So we both stole from Steve Jobs. And here it goes. So to the graduates of the first class of MBA's history, stay hungry, stay foolish, and stay humble. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Edson. And now we have some awards to give away. Hayek professors have voted to confer 3 awards to some distinguishing graduate students. I'm going to invite the Dean and Professor Hanna to come introduce the nominees and give the awards. First, the Hayek Award for Most Improved Student during the course considering academic process, professional and personal progress. Please.
We had 3 candidates. David Michael, who started out as one of our first students, fresh from undergraduate, and thinking about whether it was the right time or not to do an MBA. And he actually succeeded and was able to put in his family's hamburger shop, as you already have noticed today. We also had Aurea Mussolini, who started out very shy, questioning if she'd be able to tackle the challenges of a whole MBA in English. And suddenly, we catched her rambling and making grand plans about business with English-speaking natives. And last but not least, Patricia Mesquita, who started out questioning if she'd be able to take off both her business and the MBA. And then she was able to continuously put her learnings into practice in her business. The winner is Aurea. Congrats, Aurea.
And now the most engaged student. This award considers the effort the student made to promote Hayek Global MBA continuously among their network and contributing to make the program better every time.
For the most engaged students, we had the following candidates. Monica Chomandroyo, who continuously surprised us with new ideas, helped us with new ambassador cohorts, posted numerous videos and classroom insights. Anytime was really Hayek time. Gabriela Bresciano, who surprised us by a video to market the Hayek Global MBA that was outstanding. You could even say it seemed professionally produced by an actress. And Pedro Mutzik, who took the lead and got together an amazing number of students excited to participate in the Hayek Global Summit. The winner is Monica Chomandroyo. Congrats, Monica.
And now the third award is the Hayek Award Against All Odds. Considering the challenges students had to face and overcome during the MBA and showing excellence in performance.
For the Hayek Award Against All Odds, we had the following candidates. John Mustafa, who is father of 5 kids living in South Sudan, using internet from a LAN house to log into the classes and often struggled to maintain a connection. But with a lot of grit and dedication, he excelled in the MBA. And the second candidate, Elena Skalovskaya, who had to travel, as you already learned by our student Felipe, who had to travel to the Ukraine when the war had already begun and had to help her family. And still, against all challenges, she continued in class and engaged and excelled in the program. The winner is John Mustafa. Congrats, John.
And now the Dean will officially confer the degree of Masters of Business Administration.
Actually, I have a surprise for you, because we got surprised this morning as well by an email, a very heartfelt email from your colleague, Gabriela. And I think reading this email or reading the message that she wants to hear you to hear makes this moment even more special. She asked us to read the message addressed to Hayek Global College professors and her classmates. Dear Edson, Hannah, professors and colleagues, today we celebrate together from all corners of the world the joy of MBA graduation. For us, it's the reward of our work and project for new knowledge and the great friendship we created during this time. For the professors, it's the confirmation that this program has been working great for us and helped us to achieve our goals in real time and progress in our careers. And for me, this program means a strong connection that I made with all of you. I felt your care, your dedication, and involvement. This year, I moved up in grade to a unique position that I'm very grateful for. Thanks to the MBA and private, I'm moving forward with the business set for success by applying excellent knowledge gained in our classes. Thank you all, and I'm looking forward to meet you all next year in February. Make sure you all show up. And now, in the quality of the Dean of the program and by recommendation of the faculty and presenting the Hayek Global College institution, I hereby confer the degree of Master of Business Administration to 11 graduates who will now be mentioned individually by their names.
Hayek Global College hereby confers upon Arya Moselin the degree of Master of Business Administration. Hayek Global College hereby confers upon David Maicon the degree of Master of Business Administration. Hayek Global College hereby confers upon Elena Skalovskaya. I'm going to say that again, I'm sorry. Hayek Global College hereby confers upon Elena Skalovskaya the degree of Master of Business Administration. Hayek Global College hereby confers upon Gabriela Biciano the degree of Master of Business Administration. Hayek Global College hereby confers upon Hector Orellana the degree of Master of Business Administration. Hayek Global College hereby confers upon John Mustafa the degree of Master of Business Administration. Hayek Global College hereby confers upon Monica Somandroyu the degree of Master of Business Administration. Hayek Global College hereby confers upon Patricia Mesquita the degree of Master of Business Administration. Hayek Global College hereby confers upon Pedro Muzzi the degree of Masters of... I'm sorry, I'm going to say that whole thing again. Hayek Global College hereby confers upon Pedro Mutzigi the degree of Master of Business Administration. Hayek Global College hereby confers upon Petra Spakova the degree of Master of Business Administration. Congratulations to all graduates. Thank you so much for everyone. There's something happening here, just one thing. Yes, I did. I apologize for skipping one name. Hayek Global College hereby confers upon Felipe Pessoa the degree of Master of Business Administration. Apologies, Felipe. Well, now I think we're ready to wrap it up, right? Okay, so thank you so much for everyone out there in the world who watched us, everyone that's here in person, everyone that watched us online on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, and to the graduates. Remember, stay hungry, stay foolish, stay humble, and own the world. Make it happen.